Hi, everyone. I'm Emily Brodsky. I'm chair of SZ4D, and I'm going to give you a quick highlight of what we've been up to, especially over the last year. Quick recap. What is SZ4D? SZ4D stands for Subduction Zones in Four Dimensions, and we are an initiative for a long-term interdisciplinary research program to understand the limits and possibilities of predicting geohazards. In order to make real advances in the fundamental science of geohazards, we of course need new data. And so a big part of SCD4D is to propose new instrumentation, a very ambitious multi-hazard array to be proposed to the mid-scale research infrastructure program in 2025. And uh, that will be instrumentation that is amphibious, primarily based in Chile, but also with components in Cascadia and Alaska. In addition to new data, we also need new science. And so we have also proposed in SC4D an interconnected geohazards in context center, which aims to create the necessary modeling, laboratory, and field-based advances to turn observations into process-based understanding of when and where geohazards occur. Um, we've clearly embraced a multi-hazards approach, uh, which fosters knowledge transfer between hazards, as well as strategic natural experiments when one hazard creates another, creates another, creates another, which gives us great insight into initiation conditions. We are proposing a center, and a center at its heart is about people. SC4D focuses on people because people do science to establish a scientific community, the intellectual infrastructure, and the crosstalk, as well as the workforce to maximize the utilization and interpretation of existing data sets and prepare for an increasingly data rich future. Uh, I've been talking to you about what we're proposing, but SC4D isn't all about proposals. We are enabling science right now through the SZNet uh, program, which is funded under the ExcelNet program of NSF, as well as separate funding from the Geoscience Directorate under the Catalyst funding. SZNet is a large-scale international collaboration, which is meant to foster international relations and science. SZNet funds scientific exchanges and collaborative activities. It does not, in fact, fund the science itself. Um, so, what the types of things that are funded under SCNet are some activities that are very intense with a few participants, like our Chile US exchange program, which brings 5 early career scientists each year back and forth between the countries for a pretty intense experience of spending a month in somebody else's lab. All the way through to webinars, which engage a huge number of participants, usually hundreds of participants, but for a much shorter term and less intense experience. All of the SCNet activities are heavily oversubscribed. As you can see here, these are the numbers from the first year of SCNet, the applicants, and the number who we were able to actually support. At some level, this is great news. It means we're providing things that people really want. Apparently, a lot of people do, in fact, want to go back and forth between Chile. And we work hard to accommodate as many as we can. So, for instance, a workshop that was originally planned for about 20 or 30 participants on ocean floor technology in Santiago in January now has 100 participants, but only a quarter of them are having travel support. We are also continuing each year these activities. So SENet is a 4-year program, and given the demand, I expect we will try to keep going as long as we can. And there's more. SC4D is also leading hard into enabling science by just trying to get people to talk to each other about their science, to help people find collaborators to fill key knowledge gaps. So we've sent out the matchmaking survey, and have already built a greater than 100 scientist database. You too can join. It's easy to find on the SC4D webpage, sc4d.org, and fill out the matchmaking survey if you're looking for a collaborator. We're doing the Impacts Community of Practice that brings together co-curricular staff at SC4D minority serving institutions and exchanges best practice information. We have the GeoArray that is reimagining how to do team-based field science and is working in collaboration with Strabo to get the digital infrastructure to collect data in the field more effectively, as well as with social scientists to learn how to make a field work in an inclusive way. And last but not at all least are the SC for Grads group, which is supporting our early career scientists, including the incredibly popular international webinar series. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you've got a sense of what we're up to. Take care.